Good morning, gladiators. Welcome. It's Wednesday. I hope that you had a wonderful night. You slept with the angels last night. So, for today, we are going to click on Wednesday, September 9th. Today, guys, we're going to be working on absolute and relative locations. Please try your best to come into Zoom today because we will be taking notes, okay? Because this assignment is a little bit difficult. It's about coordinating plots. And though a lot of you may be very good at math, you may have this amazing math skills. Sometimes when we're talking about absolute and relative locations, it can be a little confusing because of how you work with display with latitude and longitude. So we have we're going to do a little assignment together. We're going to like a little breakout session where we're going to talk about how cardinal directions really affect latitude and longitude. Okay, of course you have your intermediate directions, but an absolute location, it provides the exact place of a location. So for example, right here where I'm sitting, I'm in an absolute location. So if I were to do Google Maps or on my phone, ask Siri to give me the coordinates of where I'm sitting, it would give me the latitude and longitude. Now, where you're sitting, it will also give you latitude and longitude. But let's say that we are talking about relative location. So relative location would be you're kind of close to me. You're relatively close. You're not next to me, but you're close to me. So even though you have an absolute location in coordinates, your relative location between you and I there is a distance. Okay, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. So we know that for measuring latitude and longitude, it's a grid system. They call it a grid system because they're lines. Okay, just a bunch of lines. And in they're imaginary. So these lines, if we were to go in space, you actually can't see them, right? We know they're there, but you can't see them. So it's how they measure the coordinates. So latitude, it runs east and west, side to side. Okay, this is how the lines go. But when you measure, you're measuring the opposite direction. Okay, and this is where the confusion comes. So I would say latitude, flip it. Latitude, flip it. And we'll talk more about that during Zoom. Okay, then you have your longitude. We call this meridian lines. Okay, they run up and down, north and south. Okay, longitude, run up and down, north and south. Longitude, flip it. Longitude, flip it. And we'll talk more about that during Zoom. Okay, so we'll have a little bit of practice together, and then of course we're going to take notes. Okay, this is why I think you need to be in class, because those notes are going to make a huge difference, and you will be placing them in your journal. And of course on Friday I'm going to have journal checks. Remember, it's basically a free 100 just for coming into Zoom. Okay, all right, so what you're going to do today, you're going to use this map here to determine your latitude and longitude. We're going to talk about hemispheres, how the hemispheres are split between the prime meridian, okay, and the equator. So we'll talk about that. So please come today, okay? Here's the equator line. It's at 0 degrees, going west to east, okay? And then the prime meridian is also sitting at 0 degrees, and its longitude going from north to south. These numbers, they can change, but they always start at 0. Okay, you can start it at 0 to 100, 0 to 200. You could do 0 to 5, 10, 15, 20, or you can do it in tens. That's a whole little lesson that we're going to go over today. This will help you to identify how to plot your coordinates. Okay, but you won't know how to do this until you join me in Zoom today. All right. Okay, my angels, I can't wait to see you. See you later, gladiators.